Years ago, Matt, we'll call him Matt, a then 45-year-old, began paying $32,200 into a premium of a whole life insurance policy designed the Bank on Yourself way. By year 10, Matt had a cash value of $396,400. So in year 11, Matt decided to stop paying the premiums altogether. So that's a surprise. Most people falsely believe that you must pay whole life insurance premiums for the rest of your life, which is just patently not true. So, without any loans or taking any other action on Matt's part, from year 10 to year 15, the policy's cash value would have grown from the $396,000 that I mentioned earlier to $515,900 in year 15. That's pretty good for boring old whole life insurance. However, Matt wanted to keep that money in play. He wanted to keep doing two things at once, if possible, with his money. So, at the very start of year 11, Matt took out a loan for $350,000 to make a cash purchase on a real estate property he had his eye on. Now, over the next 5 years, through a combination of rent payments to him, as well as a cash out refinance on the property, Matt's been able to pay the policy loan all the way down to zero, paid off the loan. So in year 15, his cash value is still $515,913. Wait, what? That's right. When the loan is paid off, the cash value of this policy is the exact same that it would have been had he not taken out the loan in the first place. So, just a quick recall that these policies, these Bank on Yourself designed policies, grow exactly the same, whether you borrow against the policy or not. There is no breaking compound growth when you access policy loans on your policy. If he had merely pulled the funds from a bank account or a brokerage account for this real estate deal, he would have had the potential appreciation of the property, but the account, the savings, the 401k, the brokerage account would have stopped growing when he took that withdrawal out. So if the policy continues to grow, that's an advantage to him, even as his property continues to appreciate in the neighborhood as well. In fact, let's talk about that. If his real estate property that he purchased with the policy loan returned a, let's just use a boring 3% annualized appreciation, Matt's property, his real estate deal, would have shown a paper profit of about $55,000 of growth. But by using the policy for the purchase, he'd still get the appreciation of the real estate. The real estate property does not care how he bought it. The property would still appreciate the same with $55,000 of appreciation. That's 3% a year for 5 years. But he'd also get the arbitrage on his policy. What is arbitrage, you ask? Well, it's the amount of money you make beyond what the policy loan interest might have cost you. So, to be specific, the loan that he borrowed would have cost him $38,212 over a 5-year period, which, by the way, works out to an annual percentage rate, or APR, of just 2.1%. That's pretty good interest rates for the times we're living in today, by the way, especially when you factor in the reality that he was in complete control of that loan repayment. Now, even though Matt paid roughly $38,000 of loan interest, the policy grew from $396,428 to $515,913. Guys, that's an increase of $119,485. The growth of the policy minus the interest he paid on the loan means he earned an arbitrage of $81,273. He earned more in his policy than he spent on loan interest. So far, so good? Okay, keep running with me. We're almost done. So, add the $81,273 of arbitrage he got to the $55,000 of real estate paper appreciation he had on his real estate deal, and Matt's total benefit for this deal is $136,273. Guys, he took a 3% rate of return on his real estate and improved that dramatically. The return more than doubles to almost 7% without any additional real estate market risk. This strategy did not take a high IQ or a fancy complicated structure. All Matt did was pull funds from a different account than a savings or a checking or something to go invest in his real estate venture. That's it. What would happen if the real estate improved at more than 3% a year? Please realize that if that happened, the numbers in my example would look even better. What would the numbers look like with renters in that property? What would the added value of tax advantages on real estate do to this strategy? And don't forget that all the while, your cash value is building toward a tax free income in your retirement someday in the future. I mean, really, this just gives me goosebumps. What if you use the policy loan feature with every major purchase you made in your life?